And welcome back! Now take advantage of today. Today is our last review for long division, and tomorrow you're back at it with Eureka. It's no more Mrs. Schumann videos. You're getting that math module packet out and you're doing problem sets and exit kits and all that jazz, okay? So for now, let's really take advantage of this practice time, get that math notebook open, and let's fill out another entry into our table of contents. So your table of contents should look like this so far. You have yesterday's entry. Now, by the time I finished my lesson yesterday, I imagine that it probably took you more than one page to take all of those notes. So I went back into the table of contents and I wrote down how many pages I thought the lesson took up if it were me. It's okay if you filled up more than 2 pages with notes yesterday. Maybe your table of contents says pages 1 through 5. I don't know how many pages you filled up. But make sure you won't go back and correct how many pages you used to do yesterday's lesson. And we had the date and the name of the lesson marked for yesterday already. Let's pick up with today's lesson. We're going to be writing on the next blank page that we have available. So if I left off on page 2, my next open page I'll be filling up is going to be page 3. If you left off on page 5, that means your next open page is going to be page 6. It just depends on how much room you took up yesterday. But write the number of the next available page in your notebook. Today's date is 1-7, January 7th. And we're going to be working on long division again today. It is a review, so you're going to have the same title. The only difference is that today is going to be a little harder than it was yesterday. So maybe if you find it helpful, you can put into parentheses hard, meaning that if you're flipping back in your notes and you want to find notes of tougher problems, maybe today's the day that you want to go back and look at. So take a moment, fill out your table of contents, pause the video if you need to, because in a few moments, I'm going to move on to what our notes should look like. Now that you're on that next blank page, make sure you label it in the corner. Since I started on page 3, I put a number 3 in the corner of this page. Now, just like yesterday, we're going to be solving problems using the standard algorithm. But what you're probably already noticing is that the difference between yesterday and today is that our whole numbers are going to get larger. And here's a hint for you. Some of the problems we'll be doing today are exact number sentences you'll find on your end of module test in just a few school days. So perhaps you want to make sure you take detailed and organized notes. So I don't know, maybe you can come back to them later. That's just a big fat hint from me. But I'll just leave it at that. Okay. All right, we'll do the same as yesterday. We're going to practice 2 together, and then the third one, you are on your own, my friends. So let's get going with our first problem. Step 1, divide. How many groups of 3 can we pull out of that number 4 without going over? 3, 6, too far. 3, that's it. 1, 3 times 1 equals 3. Subtract. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Bring it on down. And bring it on back to the start of our steps again. Only this time, we're going to be looking at how many times 3 can go into the number 12. All right, 12 divided by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. Ooh, it lands perfectly 4 times. Next, I'm going to multiply, but I don't want to multiply the number 14. I'm only looking at this 4 that I just put on the roof. 4 times 3 equals 12. And now it's time to subtract. 12 take away 12 equals 0. Ooh, I still have some digits to go, so I'm gonna bring it on down and bring it on back to the top again. We're going to do our division all over again, only this time 7 divided by 3. How many groups of 3 can we pull out of 7? 3, 6, 9, too far. 3, 6, all right, 2 groups. 3 times 2 equals 6. 7 minus 6 equals 1. There is nothing else to bring on down. There is nothing else to bring on back. So that means we're done. Our queen quotient sits at the top. This is our answer. She's overlooking her kingdom, but she does have a remainder today. Our remainder lives at the bottom, and it's the number 1. Now, if you're like me, you're feeling pretty good about the division that we did, but we need to be certain. So we have to check our work. So we're going to check our work using the opposite of division, which is multiplication. Let's set up that problem. Remember, to solve to make sure we were correct, we want to take the outside numbers and multiply them to see if we get the inside number. Our outside numbers are 142, our quotient, and the number knocking on the door is 3. Our goal is to get to 427. That means we're correct. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 4, 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm going to leave the 2 below, and I'm going to regroup the 1. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. So unfortunately, these two numbers don't match. 426 is not the same as 427. So we need to add our remainder. And when we do, look at that. We get 427, the very same number as our whole number inside of the house, which means we are correct, my friends. All right, find room in your notes. We're going to do this again, only our whole number will not have 3 digits. We're going to go up to 4 digits in our next one. So give yourself some room to work with. If that means that you go out onto the next page, that's okay. Find your next blank page. Give yourself some room. So I've got a clean slate to work with. I even put the number 4 in the corner because I'm assuming if it were me in a notebook, I'd be on a fresh sheet of paper right now. So I've numbered it 4 in the corner to show that I'm on a new sheet of paper. But do what you have to do. Take the notes that you have to take. Our next problem has a larger whole number inside the house. We're going up into the thousands for this one. 5,316 divided by 3. And man, oh man, I hope you take good notes because this could be another problem that you find on your assessment later. I don't know. Just saying. All right, we will start with step 1, which is divide. Only we're going to look at just 1 digit at a time. 5 divided by 3. 3, 6, too far. 3, that's it, only 1 group. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. Now it's time to bring it on down and bring it on back up to the top of our steps. Now, let's ask ourselves, what's 23 divided by 3? Well, let's skip count by 3s and see how close we get. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. 27's too far. 24's too far. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 is as close as I can get without going over. So that's 7 groups. 7 times 3 is 21. 23 minus 21 is 2. Then I've got to bring it on down. And bring it on back. Back to our division. 21 divided by 3. I actually know this math fact because I just did it. 7 groups of 3 give me 21. Look at that. I'm so glad I remembered that. 7 times 3, like we just said, equals 21. Subtracting 21 minus 21, we get a big old nothing. But we're still going. We still have to bring on down the 6 and bring it back to step number 1 again. Can you believe we're doing it one last time? 6 divided by 3. 3, 6. Ha! Look at that, 2 groups. 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 minus 6 equals 0. And there are no more digits to bring on down. And there are no more digits to bring on back. Can you believe that? That means that our queen quotient, our answer at the top, 1, 2, 3, is 1,772. Our remainder is nothing. Nothing at all. I know, it's a lot to look at, but we've got to keep going. You know why? Because we have to multiply and see if we got the correct answer. So let's set up that multiplication problem. Remember, we're multiplying what's on the outside of the house to see if we can get what's on the inside of the house as our answer. Starting with the ones, 2 times 3 is 6. 7 times 3 is 21. I'm going to leave the 1 and carry over the 2. 7 times 3, again, is 21, but I have to add that extra 2. 22, 23. I'm going to leave the 3, carry over the 2 again. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 more for 5 is 5. 1, 2, 3, whee! All right. You know what I see? I see some matchy-matchy happening. You know what that means? We're absolutely correct. And it's time for your final problem of this video. And again, like the other 2 that we've just done, they may be problems that are on your assessment. And by maybe, I mean, yeah, guys, come on, take the hint. These are assessment problems. Take good notes and come back to them, okay? So if you need to, find a blank page, find some blank room. Let's do our last problem for today's video. For our last one, we are going to do 3,809 divided by 5. Your expectation is to solve and check your work using multiplication. Now you know the deal. You're going to get spoilers in a few seconds, so make sure you pause to do this work. And then I'll see you and you can check your work in about 5, 4, 3. I'm serious. If you haven't paused now, do it. 2, 1. And ta-da! All right, now check your work and see how we compare. And if you're noticing some differences between what you have and what I have, it's time to check it because, like I said, these are problems on the assessment. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So make sure we have some accurate work. This one was a little bit trickier because I bet you felt stuck when you looked at 3 divided by 5. 5 is larger than 3. So we had to use the number 0 as kind of like a placeholder to continue the rest of our division. And if that didn't feel super comfortable for you, don't worry, we'll practice that some more this week. It's all about just getting our feet wet and trying some more division again. So if you need to, pause this video and fix some of the notes that maybe you have taken. Just like yesterday, your expectation is to add a response and show me a picture of these notes, along with fixing some of the division that you see in that seesaw assignment. All right, good luck. Nice work, guys.